In this session, I'm not going to show you how to create an invoice, reconcile a bank account, or run a report. I have separate videos for all of that. Today, I want to invite you to take a tour around Xero. Today is all about orientation. I will give you a map that helps you navigate around so you understand what each area is for and how everything fits together. By the end of this video, you should feel more comfortable opening Xero, moving around the system, and knowing where to go when you want to complete a task later. The goal here is familiarity and confidence, nothing more. So let's get started. When you log in, you land here, on the dashboard, or on the home screen if you like. Think of this as your business health monitor. You don't really work here, you just check in here. The most important part of this screen is your bank accounts widget. These show you how much actual cash you have according to your bank and how much Xero thinks you have. When those numbers match, that's exactly where you want to be. When they don't, well, it simply means that you still have some work to do. You will also see outstanding invoices, supplier bills, and other high-level financial information. Let me quickly jump into the demo company so I can show you the newer dashboard layout that will be rolling out to all files soon. It looks much more modern, and these boxes are true widgets. Personally, I really like the task section in the middle because it directs your attention to what actually needs action in the file. But if this screen feels too busy, look for the Edit Dashboard button. You can literally decide what to show and what to hide on this screen and rearrange the whole screen as you like. One important thing to understand, the dashboard doesn't show everything. It's not designed to replace reports or detailed screens. Its purpose is to give you a quick overview and not the full story. Unfortunately, many assume that if something is not visible on the dashboard, it doesn't exist at all. I don't have to tell you that this is not the case. The dashboard is simply a starting point, not the entire system. Some people use the dashboard every day. Others use it very rarely and only to move straight to other sections. Both approaches are fine. What matters is knowing what the dashboard is for. Once you have checked the overall picture, the next question is usually simple. Who owes me money? This brings us to the sales section in Xero. This is your money in, the fuel for your business. Don't get distracted by the codes, payment links, and other submenus yet. Let's focus on this bar chart showing invoices awaiting payment. This is the most important list in your business because it shows the money clients still owe you. If you prefer list view instead of the charts, just click to see all or go directly into the invoices screen. Here you can see every invoice in one place along with its status. Across the top, you will see tabs for drafts, awaiting approval, awaiting payment, and paid invoices. These are actually sublists of all of your invoices in the system. If you ever feel lost, just come back to the sales overview. It's your central hub for what's been sent to the client, who owes you money, what is still outstanding, and what has been paid. Now let's flip to the other side of the story. Purchases is where your bills and expenses live. Think of this as your digital shoebox. And it's important to get used to the terminology here. In Xero, bills are supplier invoices. Just like in sales, Xero organizes your bills into stages: draft, awaiting approval, awaiting payment, and paid. You will see the supplier names, due dates, amounts, all clearly laid out. Again, at this stage, don't worry about using every feature today. The most important tab to watch is awaiting payment. This is your list of what needs to be paid, what is due, so you have no surprises. Well, this is the screen where most new users get nervous, but actually it is one of the most satisfying parts of Xero. This is the bank reconciliation screen. It's visual and rather straightforward. On the left, there is the real world. These are the actual transactions from your bank. On the right, there is Xero world, that is Xero suggestions, such as invoices or bills. Xero things match those transactions. When they do match, Xero turns green, you click OK, and then just you move on. So this screen exists to make sure your bookkeeping matches reality. But what if you see a transaction and you have just no idea what it is? You can't recognize that bank transaction. You just don't remember what it was for. Well, just leave it. It is perfectly fine to have a few unreconciled items while you're investigating what had happened. This is far better than guessing and just click and select something from the list. Don't do that, as that is exactly how mess starts creating. Having said that, your long-term goal is to have everything reconciled, but accuracy always comes before speed. One important clarification here I need to make: Xero's use of the word reconcile can be very confusing if you have learned accounting before. In Xero, reconciling simply means matching the transactions. When you click OK on the screen, you're confirming that what happened in the bank matches what you have recorded in Xero. And that is how you need to look at it. It's not magic, just confirmation. Once you see bank reconciliation that way, this screen becomes far less scary. Finally, how do you know if you're actually making money? You go to the reporting menu and click all reports. Now look at this list. It is huge. You'll find summaries of everything entered so far in Xero. The good news here is that reports don't create additional data. They summarize what has already been entered into the system. These pull live data from all areas of Xero. So if something looks wrong in the report, the issue usually comes from how transactions were recorded earlier in Xero. And honestly, at the beginning, you can ignore 95% of this list. Focus on just 2 reports. The profit and loss statement, which answers the question, did I make more than I spent? And the balance sheet, which answers, what do I own and what do I owe? Even experienced bookkeepers spend most of their time in these 2 reports. The rest are really situational. You don't really need to fully understand these reports yet. What matters at this stage is that you know that these reports exist and that they reflect your bookkeeping activities in real time. Click here to this little star next to these 2 reports to pin them as favorites for easy access, and you can ignore the rest for now. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit to see what we have covered in this session. The dashboard gives you an overview. The sales and purchases handle the transactions. Bank reconciliation matches the transactions for accuracy, and the reports turn all of that into meaningful insights. This is the core loop powering your business. Everything connects automatically. Transactions enter Xero mainly through invoices, bills, and bank feed. Those transactions are processed and categorized. Bank reconciliation matches them in Xero to the actual money movements. Reports then summarize everything into meaningful financial statements. That is what you need to understand right now, and this should be the guide of using Xero in the first period. But of course, I understand you might be wondering about all the other menus and options we skipped in this session. Well, in all honesty, you can either learn that next month, next year, or maybe never, because you will never use them. What you need to remember is that you're not expected to know it all on day one. You just need to understand Xero one piece at a time. For now, your goal is to feel comfortable clicking around and navigate around Xero. And then you can build on that later when you will recognize what other features you actually need to manage your business financials better. And of course, I will be here then as well with other Xero videos to guide you. And now that you know where things are in Xero, are you ready to send out your first invoice? If you found this tour helpful, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. I'll see you there.